Righty besties, it is that time. It is the most wonderful time of the year. We are unboxing my fall decor, and I thought I would do it with you guys this year. So let's go ahead and unbox this stuff. I am just getting home from work. It is hot. My cheeks are flushed because it is hot, hot, hot. It is hot here in Virginia. Really wanting fall, like right now. But I can't have it yet because it is still summer. It is still hot. It is not technically fall. But that doesn't mean that I can't pull out all of these fall goodies and kind of get in the fall mood. I've been in the fall mood for weeks now. For weeks, actually months. Ever since summer started, I have been in fall mode. I have pushed myself to bring content that was summer and spring related, but my heart is always in fall. Always. Right, look at this. This is just my florals. Just my fall florals. And I'm going to show you all of these goodies. Yeah, so we'll start down here and we'll just go up that way. I'm not gonna pull all of it out because it's kind of ridiculous, but in this bin, I like to organize my florals in bins like this because it's just easy for me to see through and it's easy for me to just pull a small bin of a certain type of floral to decorate with. It's just easy to plug and play that way. And florals and greenery are the quickest, biggest impact you can make for changing out the seasons or just zhuzhing up or refreshing a space. It really is. I would rather, if the only decor item I could have in my stash to change out with for the rest of my life, if I could only choose one, I would choose florals, greenery. That's what I would choose because I can change up anything with just items like this. So I have some corn wreaths. This was one big garland, but I cut it into two, and we're not going to go through each and every one. I'm just going to give you a sneak peek in what is in each bin. This is a big garland. And normally I would keep all of my garland. I cut this one too. It was one big garland. I like to cut them in half so that I could spread them out or use them as wreaths or whatever. Sometimes I don't like a huge long garland. Sometimes it's, for a fireplace it's great, for mantles it's okay, but for the most part I like my picks better than anything else. These are also garlands. So I just put all of my neutral colors in here. And this bin is basically neutral garlands that have been kind of cut in half. And they all come from Hobby Lobby. Every single one of this bin came from Hobby Lobby. But I love a good neutral, you know, especially at the beginning of fall. So I'm going to be decorating with these this week that you'll see next week. And then if I have anything that falls off and I like to keep little bits of to tuck in everywhere, I'll just add them to a small baggie and then put them in the bin with it. But this is all this type of, these are picks. So I have all different kinds of picks in here that are the darker. I did add my tan ones in here, but these are all leaves, just leaf picks. So that's what's in this bin. And then let's move down. I have my dried items in one bin along with some picks that have like straw. And then I have my wheat. And then these that were really popular, I think 2 years ago. All of these, again, all of these come from Hobby Lobby. And then I also have my dry florals. And then there's some wheat in here. And I just keep all of this, let me show, in a bin together. So, see, wheat. And I have the hops. I don't know if you saw those. The hops are in there too. I love those. You'll see these in greater detail when we get out. But if we want to get through this video, I can't pull all of these out and show you. Again, another bin of garland. This is my not this one. This one I intertwine. This is 2 big long garlands that I've wound up. These are actually long. And then I have a couple of really short ones that are vintage. These are very old. And then they're not vintage like plastic, but they are vintage. And then these are from Hobby Lobby, very, very long. Very long. Like these are longer than 6 feet. They double them up. But this is my favorite garland to use for fall. This is my favorite one. And I just layer this as a base, and then I'll intertwine some other colors in there, and it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I have that bin of florals. I don't remember where these came from. They're just old. And then, going on down. These are new to me this year. I was in Bridgewater, where my daughter lives, and there's a beautiful little Amish market, and it's full of artisans. And there was this one florist that only did real touch faux greenery and florals, and so that came from there. I asked her where she sourced her flowers from, and she said that she gets them from Rag & House. But they're not online. So she said she couldn't tell me how to get them directly. So I'm going to have to go back to her store to keep buying them there. And I know she marks them up, but that's okay. Anyway, look at this. These are very long, but they're picks. They're the pick swags. Pick swags. I don't know what you call them, but they're long. I love these. Look at how gorgeous that is. It just says early fall to me. It does. I love the neutral. I just love, 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 love it. And it'll also be good for Halloween. It's kind of mossy too. It just gives me all the fall Halloween good vibes. It does. So I have those. And then I have a bin full of just pitberry garland, tons of them. And these are the garlands that are really long and full. And then I have a few picks on top. I went through my picks, and I know I have more picks like this that are Christmas related. So they're in a Christmas bin. I think I did that because I put them on a tree, and then I just packed the tree away last year. I typically don't do that, but I have more actually fall. No, I probably have equal amounts of bins as far as Christmas and fall greenery goes. We're at our last one. The last bin. So this is the bin of mums and faux mums and things like that I like to put outside because I don't have a green thumb, and I don't like investing money on mums that I'm just going to throw away because the price just keeps going up. So I put faux mums out. As Becky would say over at my little vintage home, she Juanitas them. This is my Juanita basket. Am I saying that right, Becky? Juanita? Anyway, her mom used to use fake flowers, so she uses fake flowers, and I believe she calls it her Juanita flowers. So anyway, that's what those are. And then I also pulled these out. This I usually keep in just my everyday greenery bin, but I pulled them out when I was going through and kind of purging and dwindling down because I thought, well, I think these will be great for fall too. Early fall. So I thought this would be really cool, kind of paired with these as I transition. They're only going to be alone for another week, and then it's full on fall. But I am going to have a week where I just have a neutral fall base, and then we're going to kick it into high gear. I probably won't even show. Actually, you'll see like a before of that fall base before I actually start putting full on fall out. So you'll see what I'm talking about. But anywho, I digress. And then I pulled this out because I want to use this for throughout the fall. I have it used to be one big long. It's almost like wisteria, right? It's beautiful. But I broke it into two to make it so I could spread it out a little bit better. but I want to use this again this year. I used this when I first started in my first fall decorating video on YouTube. I used this on my hutch and I want to do it again. So I pulled that out, but this is normally stored with everyday greenery. You won't believe that I took 2 33-gallon trash bags full of greenery for all seasons to Goodwill because I didn't realize how many picks and garlands I had of the same thing. I don't know why I just keep buying it when I already have it. So in this bag is just a mixture of things that I was pulling out of my linen closet that I knew that I wanted to use for Halloween and for fall. I pulled it all out at the same time. I don't know why I did that, but anyway, I love soaps just as much as I love napkins. So I have hand soaps that I like to put out every year in the bathrooms. And so I went ahead and pulled those out. I don't know, actually I don't have any more fall ones. I have a lot of Halloween. So I have a set of Thankful hand towels. These are more for Thanksgiving. I do like to decorate for Thanksgiving as well. I hear Art. You're going to see him come up. All right. I feel like this video is going in, it's being a little bit more raw than I usually would. Blankets are another thing that I love to decorate with, and I think really warm up a space without overdoing it. So I do have some really nice blankets that I have collected over the years, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of because I love them. This is actually a Halloween one, but I love the colors of it. So this one I'll probably put upstairs on my bed. And then I also like to pick up scarves to use to warm up spaces and baskets and things like that. Throw on a bench or lay across the bed. It just really helps to bring that fall touch without, like I said, without really overdoing it a whole lot. So this is a beautiful scarf. It's really, really big. I've used this one as a tree skirt before for fall. I've used it as a shawl on myself when I'm going to work. I've used it as a scarf. I've used it as a throw. I've used it to scatter on beds, and I've laid it like in the bathroom, like on a towel rack. I mean, I've done so many things with this. So, I mean, I'm sure there's multiple other uses. This is also another large one, and it's yellow. I do love the yellows for fall, but this can also be something used for summer as well. And then I used to have 2 wingback chairs when I had a sitting room. I no longer have a sitting room. We have an open floor plan here. So we got rid of this wingback chairs. So I have 2 extra of these blankets, and I thought about donating them. And then I thought, no, I'll probably use these here in the living room. If nothing else, I will put them in my blanket basket, because I do keep a blanket basket in the living room just to put extra throws in for when we sit and watch TV in the evenings. And it's perfect for fall and winter because it does get chilly here in Virginia. Another thing that I like to do is just I like fresh ones every season. I got these. They came in a set, and they came from Gabe's. I believe it was last year or the year before, and it wasn't very much. It was maybe $12. I did haul them in a video, so if you go back to previous fall videos, you might see one that I hauled. But it's a set of 3, so this is the biggest one. And then the others, like this one, I think I'm gonna put in front of the sink area, and then this one I'll probably put in front of, it's a little bit smaller. I think this one's the smallest one. They all look the same. I'm gonna put that one in front of the refrigerator, and then I'll have one that can go in front of the stove. So I think you guys should remember this print. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's actually a lot bigger, but for my beautiful gold frame that I thrifted, this came from Amazon. It goes in this. Beautiful. That one I think is going to go there. That's what these 2 are. Now I have just 3 more that I kept. I may not use them this year, and that is totally okay. If I don't use them this year, then I will use them in the new house another time. but I'm pretty sure I think I know where I want to put them. I want to put this one in the guest bathroom that's on the main floor. So this one will go in there. And then I think I want to put, so the gold one will go as you go up the stairs because I have a print there now. This one will go in the bathroom. I have a print there now. And then I think I'm going to maybe put this one leaning up against the top of my hutch, like I put it on the top of my hutch leaning and not fasten it to the wall. Or I may put this one in the entryway coming in either through the bottom floor or through our front door. One of the other places will get this. I also think I'm going to put this big one. I think I want to put up above my entryway table on the first floor. And then we're going to move on to the bin of pumpkins. I do not need this many pumpkins. I had 3 bins this size full of pumpkins and still had pumpkins to put in other bins. But I have put every single pumpkin, other than my black and white ones that are in my Halloween bin with my skeletons. This is all the pumpkins that I decided to keep. And after we finish decorating for fall, this will not be useful either, because what I do not use is being donated. You can't necessarily see me. I'm not doing a voiceover. I'm talking to you. But it is what it is, right? So I have this pumpkin that we got from, I forget where we got this from. Oh, Target Dollar Spot, $5. We usually keep candy in it and set it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that unwrapped and just set that on the counter until I'm ready to decorate with it. But I love that. That is something that I think we'll always have. I don't wanna get rid of that. This is all my little pumpkins, and as you can see, I have little pumpkins scattered everywhere. But I kept a bunch of these like little pumpkins, these velvet ones. I don't know if I'll use these or not, but down in the, these are more like Halloweenish to me. Like when we move closer to Halloween, I might use these as a bowl filler of some sort. I kept them because I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. If I don't use them, then I'll put them away. But they're basically all kind of like that. So I have a lot of those. And then I have some that are a little bit bigger and nicer. These actually came off of a pick, but I don't have much success using picks with these big pumpkins, but I buy them so I can pull the pumpkins off and use the stuff on the pick and get like double use or make it stretch a little bit further. So I have a bunch of these. I have a velvet. I have a couple of, I saved like at least two of each. This is a ceramic one that I love. It looks very realistic, so I kept that one. I'm not going through all of these, just a couple, because they're pretty much all the same. This one I love, and I use it, I bring it out for fall, but it is for Halloween. It's a jack-o'-lantern. Look at how cute that is. And it is an older piece. So I love this, and sometimes I'll just turn it around and use it like that, but I love this. This is too cute. So I definitely, I love it. Then what's this? This one is just one that says spooky. I think it come from the, nope, actually it was $1 at a thrift store, but it says spooky, and I can turn it around and get double use out of it. So that's super cute. I don't know if I'm going to be using that one yet or not, so I'm just going to wrap that back up and put it back in here after we're done. What's this one? Oh, I have I have a set of 4 of these. These are primitive looking ones that say yikes and eek. So some say yike and some say eek, and I have a set of 4 of these. So I'm not going to open every one for you, but I love these, and I've had these for, I can't even remember when I bought them, because I've had them that long, like 30 years, I don't know, very old. They are old. So I have those. And then this one is, I don't know, what is, oh, I have a bunch of white pumpkins that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I do have a really cool idea of doing like for pre-fall, like next week, something in my entryway. I have a really cool idea to use all white pumpkins for, so stay tuned for that. I don't know how much decorating you'll see in next week's video, but you'll see a good bit of fall decorating because I'm ready for it. I love these. These are one of my favorites. They were attached together, but I cut them apart so I could use them in separate places, but these are just so cute. I mean, I don't know. I tuck them in usually. They're not like the center of a vignette or anything, but they do add a lot to a vignette, and they're very unique, and I love them. Again, I've had them for like 40 some years. I got a bunch of gourds and pumpkins from Goodwill. I think I paid 25 cents a piece for them a while back. And then I just painted them so they looked like rustic gourds. And I did a video on it. So if you want to look back, you can. I did a whole bunch of them, but I only saved 3. And I saved the 3 that sat up well. The other gourds didn't have flat bottoms, so I couldn't set them up on their own. I had to use them like in a bowl with gold. Oh, that's the other one. I think I just broke one. I'm lucky I did not break it. But I have a bunch of these like Dollar Tree pumpkins. This one was a Hobby Lobby one, but I like the way that it sits. This one's gonna fall. I gotta pull it. This one is one of my favorites, and I pull it out for fall because I can turn it around, but it does have a space that you can put a candle or a tea light in it. It had a bottom where it lit up, and it broke years ago. I had 2 of these. The other one was really cool because it had like it separated and had like witch's hands, and it was my favorite one, and it broke, and it devastated. It broke my heart when that broke because there was no salvaging it. I had to throw it away. It was a 2-piece or 2. Oh my God, I love that one, and it's gone. I have it in pictures, and I miss it every time I see it. But this one is the only one I have left out of that time frame of my early decorating days. This is very, very vintage, and this looks very realistic. It's clay, so it is breakable. But so far, look, it has a chip. It has a chip. I'm gonna have to paint to cover that up, but I must have just did that. That's what happened. But anyway, I have this precious. Did it chip other places? No, it scared me. It's just there. But there's your jack-o'-lantern little pictures. Anyway, I'm gonna set that down there for safekeeping. I'm going to be more careful. I have 2 of these from Hobby Lobby. They have them every year. These are really cute. I just like the shape and the texture of them. I just tuck them in places. The other pumpkins I kept were ones that are like this. This is like a clay one as well. I just think the different shapes and such really aid when you're clustering them together. But I don't know that I'm gonna do a lot of like that clustering kind of thing because I don't have the space for it anymore. This is a Kirkland's monogram pumpkin. I don't know if the batteries still work, but do I even have batteries in it? No. It takes AAA batteries. It does light up. It is not on a timer. It doesn't have a remote or anything, but Kirkland's used to sell these every year, and I think they still sell a version of them, but I love this. It was one of the first things that Art and I bought together when we started living together, because we lived together before we were married. Shh, don't tell anybody. Anyway, some people frown on that. And then I kept one of these. I had several and I only kept one. And then I kept this one that looks most realistic as well. I just need to touch up the top here, but it just looks very realistic. It's got imperfections. It looks like it just came from the pumpkin patch. You can light it up, but I don't want to. But you would have to cut like the jack-o'-lantern face in it. I never wanted to do that. So it came like this. I don't really know. I don't really know the purpose. I like it just like it is. So I'm gonna leave it as is. So those are all that's literally all the pumpkins I have left. And I'm glad that I chose not to keep a whole lot. And I don't think I'll need nearly all of these. And like I said, what I don't use, I will donate. All right, I moved over here again because as I unpack it, I'm gonna lay it out on my counter. It's just gonna be easier for me because there's a lot of breakables in these bins. So I do have a lot of amber glass jars and bottles that I'm gonna be using. And I do have some more in my everyday stash. I pulled these and laid them in here just so you could see that I do have these. These are actual old vintage bottles. This one came from Hobby Lobby, but the rest are old vintage bottles that I've collected and I love of various shapes and sizes. This is fall, but it's more Thanksgiving, but I do like pulling them out and I may use them in my fall decorating because to me, I don't get fall long enough. I really don't. I have a short period of time where it's just fall and I love. And then I layer in the Halloween. And then I typically go right into Christmas. But last year I decided I'm going to decorate for Thanksgiving because I love it and it deserves to be recognized. I have time. I don't have to rush the seasons. I may be on YouTube, but let's face it, I'm not an influencer, so I can decorate in my own time. And I'm gonna decorate for Thanksgiving. But this is something I typically would pull out for Thanksgiving. But I think I'm gonna use it early and leave it out for a while because I love my turkeys. So I have two and I love them. I love them. Everything in here smells like fall because I don't know why, but it does. It smells like fall, literally. I know why. There's a candle in here. This is I don't know if this is vintage or not. I can't remember where I got this, but I love it. It's a candle holder. So I like to put this filler in here and then a candle. So I already have the candle there ready for this little moment. I just haven't done it yet. So we'll lay that over there. I'm getting way too close to the camera. Then I also have some plates. I shared these last week. The plates that I got from the thrift store, the set of two of these. So I have these two that I'm gonna be doing a plate wall situation in my guest bathroom. I'm pretty sure that, because I have a plate wall in there that I'm using now, so I'm just gonna switch that out for these. I love plates. So I have those three that I'm gonna use, but I also have a set of 4 of these. So one of them has the horse and buggy, and these came from Hobby Lobby. And one has this horse and buggy. So they're slightly different, but they're smaller. So what I think I'm gonna do is use these all together for that plate wall situation. That's the plan. Stay tuned if that actually, how that works. So I'm gonna shove these things over here for now. Sorry. Not very attractive angles. Okay, now back to the bin. I got another thermos for $1. I have another thermos that I need to dig out that's the yellow and brown plaid that I got from Crepe Myrtle Rowe, who has a Etsy store. So I bought that from her last fall or 2 falls ago, but then I found this one for $1. So I already washed it up in the dishwasher. It is ready to decorate with. I'm so excited. And then I have pumpkin. This was a candle, so I think I'm going to make another candle and put it in. Sometimes I use it to just put little storage things in for crafting and use it in my craft room. But I think I'm gonna actually put a candle, like I'm gonna melt wax and make a candle and put it in here. I did haul these recently from our trip to Bridgewater. Thrifting, so I'm gonna be using these. I cannot wait. These are true vintage plastic fall candle wreaths. I'm super excited to have those. I do have a door hanger. I like to switch out the door hanger and put a new wreath up or like switch out the wreath and stuff for the front door. So I have that. I do have fall wreaths that I haven't pulled out and showed you. I didn't think to pull those, but I do have those in my craft room. So you'll see those as we do decorate with me's. I like to use brass in the fall. So I have a lot of these brass candlesticks that I'll be putting out and about. And here's the thing. So in the spring and the summer, my decor gets lighter because the things that I use like this to plug and play with come down, and then it's left feeling very light and airy and minimal, somewhat minimal. But I have room to put these up without moving anything because I left room for them. So it makes decorating a lot more fun. So I have this little one. So I have a lot of these. They're all various shapes, heights, and whatnots. So I also have these two pillowcases that I think I will use as accents that say, you're the pumpkin to my spice. They come in a set of 2 at Hobby Lobby, but there's another set that I want to buy as well that's on Amazon. Stay tuned for that if I do it or not. I like my neutral look, and I think just adding the blankets and maybe a couple of accent pillow covers, switching them out will be fine. So we'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet what I'm doing, but I have time to play. So I made these candles last year from the Dollar Tree. You get these empty, and then I just made my own candle, and it smells so good. So I made my own candles last year. We did that together in a video when I was prepping for my Gowls night out for Halloween. We made witches brooms. It was so much fun. So I gave those as gifts. I did little boo bags for everyone. I bought these. These are actually Christmas ornaments, but they're leaves. And I bought them from Walmart on after Christmas clearance. They're regularly $7.98 and I got them for $1. I bought 2 packs, but I donated one. I'm only keeping one. And I used to put these on my perfume shelves with my perfumes. And I don't have that situation anymore. Our master bathroom's a little bit smaller and different. So I am gonna be doing a master bedroom fall decorate with me. So you'll get to see that. And we're gonna do some upgrades, renter-friendly upgrades to the bathroom then. So stay tuned for that video. And I may use them then, but we'll see. I love these primitive dolls. And so my daughter bought both of these for me, not at the same time. She's bought several dolls for me throughout the years. But these are 2 that she bought me for fall. And I love putting them out in my little children chairs and things like that. They're just so cute. I usually style them together because it's like a doll and her dolly. I just love them. So I'm gonna use those this year. They all smell like fall. I love it. I love little signs like this. This says pumpkin spice. So this will go in the kitchen or maybe on my hutch. I think this is super cute. I cannot wait to use it. Again, I use it every year. I can't wait to use it every year. It's one of my favorite pieces to decorate with. This is an old. It says $3.98. I think I got it from Walmart, but I can't be sure. But I've had it forever and I love it. I pull this out every year because you can't, I mean, it's just beautiful. And then this one has like stuff stuck to it, but I also like this one. I don't know if I'll use it this year or not. This one, it may be time to retire. I don't know. But this is really pretty. And I used to put this in my guest bathroom as well. I might use it in one of my guest bathrooms because we have multiple, so we'll see. I picked this one up last year, apple cider. I know the one this year looks different. It has like a glass in front of it. I like this one better because I'm not a fan of all the glitter. It has just a touch, so this one I like better, so I'm happy I scooped this one up. They still have this one. I saw today in one of the Dollar Trees that they did have too, both the old one and the new style. And then I also have this one that says Fall in Love. I think this one came from Hobby Lobby. And This one came from Gabe's. I've had this one for a lot of years. I think this one's really pretty to use. Some people are over signage. I'm not. I think you can layer it in and it's just beautiful. It makes my soul happy, so I'm fine using it. This is a garden flag that I like to use. Sorry for the rustling. There we go. There is a set of salt and pepper shakers. That's what this is. And they are vintage. I think this is my vintage planter. Yes. I'm on the hunt for more of these this year. This is the candle. It still smells extremely strong in all the best ways. This originally came from Home Goods and it's a DW candle. Oh my gosh. It smells like heaven. I've never burnt it. There's no need, it smells up the room. There's not much more in this scent. I also have a massive turkey platter that's just all white that is extremely old, but in usable condition. So I do use it for Thanksgiving and I put turkey on it. Here's the other candle holder. It was a set that I got thrifting in, I think that was in Strasbourg last year, at the Strasbourg Emporium. I picked that up and the salt and pepper shakers. The planter came from Past and Present. Here is the other, like I have 2 salt and pepper shaker sets, I think. So there should be 2 more small ones in here if I'm correct. And then I have a paper turkey that you put the feathers in, or the honeycomb turkey, so I have that. This will be the other one. See, there's nothing too exciting. There's this one. All right. This has a broken wing. I use him every year in the kitchen. He is very old. Very old. I don't remember where he came from Big Lots for $5.99. This had to have been back in the 1990s when I bought him, because my kids have grown up with him, so he's at least 30, over 30. I have a copper turkey. And then this gorgeous stoneware platter. A plate. It's not a platter, it's a plate. I could only find one. I wish I had more. You're not gonna believe this, but I have these for my dollhouse. I have a set of 4 for my dollhouse. I will share, we're gonna have to unpack bins for the dollhouse too. So I'll put that in this video at the end. So if you don't wanna see the dollhouse unpacking of holiday, fall decor, then you don't have to watch it. But at the end of the video, we'll do a dollhouse unboxing. All right, the next bin, we're nearing the end of it. So I have this little teeny owl soap that I like to put out in the bathroom for fall and keep it out for Halloween. And I love him, he is so cute. I also like to use this kind of stuff to fill a vase, or let me show you. And then I have little signs that are good for tier trays and things, like I love fall most of all. Every year I fall for pumpkins, bonfires, s'mores, autumn leaves, apples, and you. And then I have a reversible sign. This one came from Hobby Lobby. It says autumn leaves and pumpkin, please, on one side, and pumpkin pies baked fresh daily on the other. And then I also love this one. I love anything that looks like a chalkboard. Then have. This one that I love, it holds pictures, but I never put a picture in it. I just love it. It's one of my favorite things. And I love this too. This was a Dollar Tree. This was a Dollar General. Then these are vintage scarecrows that used to be on sticks. And I just have a bunch of them, and I have one that's a crow. But I love decorating with scarecrows because it's very nostalgic. So these I'll just scatter about somewhere, but I love them. I had a whole bin of them. And then I was like, yeah, I don't need all of them. So I just kept the ones that were the cutest. And I really don't need all of these, but. And then I have a basket of littles. So I have little hay bales, and I have little pumpkins, all of them in the neutrals, and I like to add them into my hutch. It's really cute. I just love decorating with these. I do. Littles are so much fun to decorate with. Then, I'm not gonna pull both of them out, but I made 2 of these. This one needs a little repair, has a little damage there, but I made these. These were citronella candles. I burned them down one summer and liked the container, so I kept it, and then made the pumpkin stacks. I just got Dollar Tree pumpkins and painted them, and then glued them together, and then put the pitberry around them, and I decorate with them every year. I love them, and I made the little stems that I put on them. I think they're super cute. This is all of my little spoons for fall. I think we all have grabbed these. So I have the pumpkins and the leaves. And I think they're stinking cute. They're fun to decorate a coffee bar with. I'm not gonna show you all my coffee mugs. We will start doing like coffee with me in the mornings for vlog. I don't know if I'll do Vlogtober. I usually would share a mug of the day with Vlogtober, but I don't know that I'm gonna do Vlogtober or Vlogmas this year. So it just depends on how crazy my life is. The last thing is something that Miss Jean sent me last year. She also sent me a beautiful picture, like an applique pumpkin kind of thing, a real primitive, beautiful piece, still with the tags on it, and I can't find it. So Miss Jean, stay tuned for that. I'm sure it's in one of these mini bins, but isn't that cute? I can't wait to put this on my hutch too. So that is everything that is in my bins. So now what we're gonna do is, if I have time, it won't be today. If I have time to add it to this video, then you're going to continue to be able to continue watching the Dollhouse unpacking of the Dollhouse bins. They're little mini bins. You don't want to miss this. But if I don't have time to go down and clean and get the bins out and do all of that, then we'll just have to add that to another video. So in that case, if you're checking out now, then I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video by saying, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next time, besties, when we do this all again, I'll see you later. Bye. All right, I don't have a lot of fall for the house yet, for the Dollhouse yet. So there's only one bin for fall for the Dollhouse. But we do have a lot more Halloween filling up bins. And I don't want to show you that yet because I'm super excited for sharing it for Halloween. So I don't want to share that yet. But for fall, what we have so far that we can use, I found these little cute little Tupperware containers that we can use in our kitchen. And it's a set of 3, so you can kind of stack them on top of each other. I think this one would be the next size. I think the other one is like an itty bitty one. I might be wrong about that, but I'm hoping I'm right. And I have this little teeny candle holder that I can use on my bookshelf over there. Here's the other. So those are the Tupperware containers that I can use in the kitchen. And then this is also for the kitchen. This is more for Thanksgiving, but look at what I can decorate the table with. Look at that. Look. I'm in the process of building an apothecary, so that's what that is. But back to this. It has the cranberry sauce, the stuffing. Look at the glaze on that chicken. Look at that. I mean, it's perfection. Absolute perfection. Not necessarily fall related, but I did pick up this mixer. If I could get it's hard to do this one-handed while I'm holding the phone, but here's the mixer that I got with its little cord to go in the kitchen for the holidays. So it is a nice one for scale, so I'll have to rearrange some things in here. I'm getting ready to build some cabinets that I'm going to put up above here, hopefully before Christmas, so I can put garland up there. But, you know, I can't wait. So we're going to be using that. And then I also picked up this set of dishes that I can use at Christmas time because it is the berries and leaves. It looks like cherries, but it can also go for cranberries, I think, like the berry knives or whatever they are. But anyway, I think these are going to be cute in the kitchen I can use this for Valentine's Day. I can use this for summer, and I can use this for Christmas because I do red and white dishware and transferware in my house during those times. So I'll do the same in the dollhouse. So I have almost all the trim in place. I do need to go in and fill the gaps in with some caulking. But this room is ready for furniture and curtains and whatnot. So it's almost done. And then the bathroom is just about done. I think I want to make I just used a scrap piece of wood to see if I could make like a little bath tray. So it's cute. And I think I want to do that idea, but I need a new piece of wood to do that, I think. I added little toothbrushes. I think you've seen this. I'm not sure. And little toothpaste. I added a shelf there. I added the curtains and the basket of tulip paper and newspaper. This room still needs some crown molding, but other than that, it is ready. Of course, you've seen the living room. I have a fireplace to install on this wall. Fireplace was important because I wanted it to decorate for the holidays. And the bookshelf is really cute back there. It's full of books, and I think I'm going to keep the books on it for Halloween. I just want to add some little things to go in those little spots for Halloween. And I do want to switch up the furniture. I liked this for summer. It was fine, but I want something more neutral I would rather have all neutral so I could switch out pillows and blankets and stuff like I do in my normal house for the holidays. So I'm going to be either trying to reupholster or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to figure out, but I'll figure something out to make that more neutral. And then the only thing I'm going to do in here, like I said, is add the cabinets, and I got to add curtains to all the rooms. I do need to add a door here as well, but other than that, that's how that's coming along. I will show you something that I got for the garage for my planter. I have a gardening shed that I have not put together yet. But look, I bought gardening soil for the dollhouse. It is so stinking cute. And up here is where I'm keeping all of those items for the garden shed until I get the garden shed complete. I will I will share something that I wasn't planning on sharing because I wanted to save it for Halloween, but I am going to share it because it is just too cute not to share. And it's a very fallish thing. I want to set up a scene in the dollhouse in the kitchen where we are carving pumpkins. So I found an artist who does them in miniature. So it looks like you've carved the top off of the pumpkin. The pumpkin actually has the meat and all of that in it and the seeds. And then it came with a bowl where you're transferring the scoop of the guts of the pumpkin out. So I can't wait to set this scene. I'm super excited. But the other thing that I got as well, I bought I have a ton. I'm not going to lie. I went a little crazy. I splurged a little bit and I went in on an Etsy rabbit hole. But I'm so glad I did. Look at this teeny little ghost. Now, you know how we have these ghosts and pumpkins that are big, wide open mouth that we have in our homes, you know, at the holidays. Well, I ordered this one and I'm filling him with, I only have one hand right now. I do have a vintage box of little miniature candy. That's not what I wanted to show you. Ignore that. You'll see it again when I do the Halloween unboxing for the dollhouse. No, I'm filling it with this miniature candy corn. And it's hard to have it focus well. But look at this teeny little corn. It's going to fill that ghost mouth. Look at how teeny they are. I am obsessed with all these little teeny things that you can find. So that is it for my little unboxing of fall for right now for the dollhouse. And then the last thing are the plates that I told you about. Let me see if I can get it up close enough for you to see. There you go. Is that going the right way? My eyes, I didn't bring my glasses down, so oh my goodness, it's so hard. It's so hard to see and so hard to like focus. These are so teeny. This is the way it should go. All right, so this is the set of plates that I got for the dollhouse for Thanksgiving, and they are a replica of an actual stoneware English plate. And it's very similar to the one that I have, but it's slightly different because mine has a little bit more blue in it. They do have that exact replica. I thought I had gotten that one, but I didn't. I got this one instead. I think the turkey on this one was something that I liked better. I didn't want the blue for the dollhouse. For some reason, I do remember debating that. It came with 4 placemats, and you saw the napkins. And this is the certificate of authenticity for the placemats, which even though they're a replica, this was really hard to replicate in this form. And these are paper. This is not glass or ceramic or anything. It's paper. So she's really spent a lot of time, as you can see in the reflection. Like, this artist has spent a lot of time to make it look like a realistic paper plate with all the indentations and everything. It's not a straight piece of paper. It is a miniature paper plate. So that is the coolest thing ever. I am just in heaven with these things.